bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. A leading corporate giant could be a game changer for those at the forefront of cancer awareness on Grand Bahama as they highlight the need for an essential facility. Joan Davis-Roll reports.
They now stand poised and polished. In fact, they represent a growing sector of our society. Women who have not only had a battle with cancer, but won. Hence, they are known as survivors. These persons were on hand at the Grand Bahama Port Authority, where they were recognized for their valiant efforts. Vice Chairman of the GBPA, Sarah St. George.
I've learnt some things today that I wasn't aware of, such as not having an oncology centre on the island, and therefore no current means of carrying out a chemotherapy programme, which to me seems just so elemental in battling in battling these cancers, and especially breast cancer, which we know is so prevalent here. And we know it's very prevalent not just throughout the Bahamas, but on Grand Bahama, and we learn that it affects not just those over 50, but young women now, and not just women, men as well, believe it or not.
With cancer being one of the leading causes of death in the country, there are major concerns. The women, most of whom are members of this august body, and the Pinktober Committee, not only received a check donation from the corporate giant, but much more than that, hope. Support coming from the port executive for the establishment of much-needed oncology center and a fully equipped hospice on this northern island.
That is now on the table, and I am here with our Chief Financial Officer, who has to sanction everything, and of course there are a few hoops to go through, but I would personally endorse it. That's something I would very much like to see. I think that's something we would all like to see. So yes, watch this space, Joan.
President of the local body, Linda Malcolm, thrilled about the financial contributions and the future possibilities.
All cancer organizations on the island, hopefully, will continue to join us in this effort to bring about not just awareness, but certainly a cure.
Joan Davis-Roll, ZNS Network News.
Switching gears now, the third annual Culinary Fusion was dubbed a huge success as hundreds of Bahamians and tourists alike gathered at the Pelican Bay Resort on the weekend. As Megan Shepard reports, the vendors were elated with the response.
The Culinary Fusion held over the weekend at the Pelican Bay Resort. Vendors Eugene Duncanson and Kimberly Brown say the event was long overdue.
I've got some people from the U.S. that passed through here a few minutes ago, and Bahamians love it too, you know. And this is something that should have been happening a long, long time ago. I understand this is now the third year, but this is my first year of knowing it, and it'll never pass me by again, I promise you.
The excitement here and meeting all the new people and the different type of food. It's just not peas and rice and crab and rice. It's so much more the Bahamian people can offer.
Cajun food, Greek food, Bahamian food, healthy food, desserts and drinks, sushi, soups, and much, much more. The Culinary Fusion showcased a wide array of culinary creations and mixed drinks. Chefs share what they brought to the table.
We have a apple basil turkey burger on a sweet potato bun. It's gluten-free for all those people who are allergic to gluten. We also have the turkey bolognese with zucchini noodles. It also is gluten-free.
I specialize in specialty cakes, character cakes, cupcakes, basically any type of pastries you want. So you know, the regular chocolate cake, vanilla cake. We have something there called the Jonkanu Burst.
So the items we brought today was our Cajun gumbo. And we're also doing smoked seafood mac and cheese. So we do a lot with amazing cocktails. So we also brought a little shot, which is our mango peach sweet tea.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Megan. Well, the Warrior Campaign became a familiar name throughout the month of October as many participated in Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Davina Rutherford and her team came together and created the Warrior Campaign to raise funds for the Cancer Society on Grand Bahama and the Hope Ball Committee.
When we first started it, we wanted to start off small. We didn't want to get in over our heads, and then the demands of the shirts, the demands of the events, everybody was so supportive. Everybody came on board wholeheartedly. Leteste worked extremely hard. Charlene worked hard, and the support from the community was overwhelming. And it's important to support initiatives like this because cancer treatments is very expensive, and no matter how much money or insurance you have, it's never enough, so they can always use more.
Well, President of the Cancer Society, Lauren Miller, and President of the Hopewell Committee, Pam Ferguson, say they are elated, adding that the funds will be used wisely.
When they came to us a few months ago and stepped up to the plate and said they want to part proceeds with the Cancer Society, we were just so grateful because, of course, the Cancer Society needs all the funds that they can get because we have to help our persons right here in Grand Bahama.
So when we started out, it was not for no looking back or anything. It was to help them because they were young people and their initiative was so great, and then the passion that they had and the drive, I had no other choice but just to force and go myself behind them. And to God be the glory, is awesome. We truly, truly, truly appreciate it.
And now it is time to ask the doctor.
This is Ask the Doctor. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt. Welcome. Today we're continuing our discussion of ringworm. Ringworm of the scalp, called Tinea capitis, is a fungal infection of the scalp and hair shafts. The symptoms of ringworm of the scalp may vary, but it usually appears as itchy, scaly, bald patches on the head. Ringworm of the scalp, a highly contagious infection, is most common in toddlers and school-aged children, but can be seen in adults as well. Some cases of ringworm of the scalp result in severe inflammation at the site of infection that may cause scarring or permanent hair loss. Several conditions affecting the scalp may have a similar appearance. If you or your child experience any hair loss, scaling, or itchiness of the scalp, or other unusual appearance of the scalp, it's important to get an accurate diagnosis and prompt appropriate treatment. Treatment for ringworm of the scalp includes medications taken by mouth to kill the fungus that causes the infection, as well as medicated shampoos that may lessen the spread of infection. Remember, it's important to see a physician if you have any concerns about your health. After all, your health is in your hands. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Stay with us, Ricardo Lebrun, as a check on sports when we return.